Watch closely the next time your child faces something new. They don't run, they don't decide, they look at you first. One small expression from a father can settle their fear or shape their courage. That's the quiet power most fathers don't even know they hold. Think about this for a second. How many times has your child looked at you not for answers, but simply for reassurance? How many times have they watched your face before reacting to themselves? How many times have they waited for your approval, even for something small? Here's something most fathers never think about. Your child studies your tone, your reactions, your patience, your silence, even the things you don't say. Without a single word, you are teaching them how to handle the world. And tell me honestly, how often do you catch yourself reacting out of stress, out of tiredness, out of pressure? Not because you're a bad father, but because life feels heavy. And yet, your child still sees you as their source of strength. That's the surprising part. You might think your child remembers only the fun moments, but they actually remember the moments when you stood beside them, the moments when you calmed them, the moments when your voice softened instead of rising, the moments when you hugged them a little longer. Let me ask you something important. Do you know that one quiet moment from you can shape your child's confidence for years? Do you know your child copies your way of dealing with challenges? Do you know the power a father holds is often invisible until the child grows up? Most fathers don't realize they are building their child's inner voice, the voice that says, "I can do this," or "Maybe I'm not enough." And in the next few minutes, we're going to uncover the real power of father parenting, the kind of power that doesn't come from rules or authority, but from presence, guidance, and emotional strength. Section 1. The hidden influence of a father. When we talk about parenting, most people focus on the mother's role, and without a doubt, mothers shape the emotional world of a child in deep and powerful ways. But there is something about a father that children quietly depend on, something they rarely put into words, but feel in every moment. It's almost invisible, yet it guides them for life. Fathers influence children not through long speeches or constant instructions, but through presence, tone, gestures, and the way they move through the world. A child watches their father's reactions long before they understand them. They notice how he handles stress, how he speaks to others, how he solves problems, and how he treats himself. Without realizing it, they learn, this is how I should deal with life. Think about it. A child often looks to their father before they try something new. They glance at him when they fall, when they are unsure, when they feel awkward or uncomfortable. They look for that one sign. Is Dad calm? Is Dad still with me? Am I safe? And whatever they see in that moment becomes the message they carry inside. Most fathers underestimate this influence. They think they need big gestures, big lessons, big talks. But children don't remember the big moments first. They remember how their father stood beside them when they were scared. They remember when he listened without rushing. They remember when he chose patience over pressure. They remember how he looked at them, not with judgment, but with belief. What's even more surprising is how deeply children absorb the emotional tone of their father. If a father stays calm, the child learns calmness. If the father becomes easily frustrated, the child absorbs that energy too. A father's presence sets the emotional temperature of the home more than most men realize. And that brings us to an important question. If a father's presence shapes the child so quietly and strongly, what is the special energy a father carries that builds a child's confidence? That's exactly where we move next. Section 2. The father energy that builds confidence. If the father's influence shapes the emotional climate of a child's world, then the next question becomes, what exactly is it about a father that gives a child confidence? It's not strength in the physical sense, and it's not authority in the strict sense. It's something far gentler, something quieter, something children pick up without ever being taught. It's the energy a father carries, the way he stands, the way he responds, the way he approaches challenges that becomes the blueprint for how a child learns to face the world. Children look at their father to understand how big problems should feel. When a father stays steady during tough situations, the child learns problems are manageable. When a father tries again after failing, the child learns it's okay to try again. When a father admits he doesn't know something but is willing to learn, the child understands, I don't have to be perfect to grow. This is the kind of strength that builds courage, not fear. There is also a unique form of reassurance in a father's presence. When a father says, you can do it, the child often believes it before they believe themselves. When a father cheers for them, not loudly but sincerely, the child's confidence rises quietly and deeply. And when a father listens, truly listens, the child learns that their voice matters. But there's another side too, one many fathers overlook. If a father reacts harshly, avoids emotions, or keeps too much distance, the child absorbs that as well. They start thinking emotions are unsafe, or that mistakes make them less. The father's energy can build confidence, but it can also unintentionally build doubt. And this leads us into something important, something many fathers never even realize they are doing, the hidden mistakes that weaken connection without meaning to. These aren't mistakes out of lack of love. They happen simply because no one teaches fathers how deeply their actions shape a child. Which brings us to the next part of our journey. Section 3. The mistakes many fathers make without realizing. Every father wants to raise a strong, confident, respectful child. But somewhere in that intention, many fathers unknowingly fall into patterns that block the very qualities they hope to build. These mistakes are not signs of bad parenting. They are signs of unspoken expectations, old beliefs, and the pressure men carry quietly but heavily. One of the most common mistakes is being physically present but emotionally distant. A father might be in the same room, but his mind is somewhere else. Work stress, responsibilities, financial worries, or simply exhaustion. Children sense this distance instantly. They may not understand it, but they feel it. And the silence becomes a message. Maybe dad doesn't want to talk. Maybe my feelings don't matter right now. Fathers rarely mean to send that message, yet it lands deeply every time. Another mistake is reacting quickly instead of responding thoughtfully. A child spills something, disobeys, or gets loud, and the father's instinct is to correct the behavior immediately. But correction without understanding often sounds harsher than intended. Children interpret tone faster than words, and a short, sharp reaction can make them shrink inside. Over time, they start hiding mistakes instead of seeking guidance. Then there's the belief that providing is enough. Many fathers think, I work hard so my family feels secure. That should show love. And yes, providing is a beautiful form of love. But children also need emotional presence. They need a father who looks them in the eyes when they speak, who listens without rushing, who shows softness without feeling weak. There's also the habit of avoiding emotional conversations. Some fathers believe talking about feelings makes a child oversensitive, or they worry they won't know what to say. But when emotions are ignored, children learn to ignore their own feelings too, and that affects their confidence more than any discipline ever will. These mistakes are not intentional. They happen because fathers carry a quiet pressure to be strong all the time. But here's the surprising part. Children don't want a perfect father. They want a connected father. And that brings us to the heart of the next section. Section 4. What children secretly want from their father. If we look closely at a child's behavior, we begin to see that they're always communicating something, even when they don't have the words. And what they quietly hope for from their father is far simpler and deeper than most people imagine. Children want to feel safe around their father. Not safe in the physical sense alone, but emotionally safe. They want to know that even when things go wrong, dad won't pull away, react too fast, or make them feel small. That safety becomes the confidence they carry for years. Children also want attention that feels real. Not long conversations, not perfect answers, just moments where their father looks at them, fully listens, without being distracted, and responds with warmth rather than hurry. That small effort tells them, I matter. Another hidden wish children carry, is the desire for a father who notices their effort. They want approval, not just when they succeed, but when they try. A simple, "I saw you trying today," can mean more than any achievement. And quietly, children want a father who is human. A father who apologizes when he overreacts. A father who shows emotion without feeling weak. A father who can say, "Let's figure this out together." Above all, children want guidance that feels fair and steady. Boundaries that make sense, not boundaries that create fear. And this leads naturally to the role every father plays in shaping discipline, not through force, but through calm strength. Which naturally leads us into the next chapter of this journey. Section 5. The father's role in discipline. Discipline is often seen as the father's responsibility, but true discipline, the kind that actually shapes a child's inner world, doesn't come from strict rules or raised voices. It comes from a father's steadiness. Children learn how to behave by watching how their father behaves. When a father stays calm during conflict, the child learns that problems can be handled without panic. When a father explains a rule instead of demanding obedience, the child feels respected enough to follow it. A powerful part of father-led discipline is consistency. Children don't need many rules. They need predictable ones. When a father responds the same way today and tomorrow, the child feels secure. They know what to expect, and that stability becomes the foundation for self-control. Fathers also teach discipline through natural consequences, not fear. If a child refuses a task, the outcome speaks for itself. If they forget something, they learn how to adjust. When these lessons come without anger, the child grows responsible, not ashamed. And one of the strongest things a father can do for discipline is apologize when he reacts too strongly. This small act teaches accountability far better than punishment. In the end, a father's discipline isn't about control. It's about guiding a child towards self-belief and steady decision-making. At the end of the day, every father carries a silent hope that their child will grow into someone strong, kind, confident, and proud of who they are. And what many fathers don't realize is that this transformation begins not in the big moments, but in the quiet ones. In the way you hold your child after a long day, in the way you listen without rushing, in the way you guide without fear, and in the way you try again even when you feel tired. These are the moments your child will carry for life. So take a breath and remember, your presence is shaping a future you may not see yet, but your child will feel forever. If this message touched you, tell us in the comments. What is one thing you want to do differently as a father starting today? Remember to like, share, and subscribe because we truly understand you.